It's time for the Margin Matters Minute with Moneyman Jason Brown.
All right, welcome back to the channel. Jason Brown here. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you learned something today. And if you are a returning viewer, I truly appreciate your support. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about these guys once again, USPS. They are at it once again. They have released a new strategic plan to slow down your mail and charge you more money. Yes, that's right, folks. Consider this a public service announcement to all my friends who are resellers or online sellers or have any type of online business that relies on shipping and packaging, because you are going to want to pay very, very close attention to this video. And I am going to document an article that just was published recently in the Washington Post, which I printed out here. I am going to hit some highlights of it. And don't worry, I'm going to link the article in the description below so you can read the entire thing. I will not have time to read the whole thing. It was a very lengthy article, a lot of information in it. But the title of the article in the Washington Post is DeJoy's USPS Slowdown Plan Will Delay Mail. What's it mean for your zip code? How long it should take for mail to arrive? So basically what's happening is the USPS is going to delay mail based on your zip code. So depending on where you live, your mail is going to arrive at a different time based on another geographic region in the United States. And actually in that article, check out that article below, because you can actually put in your zip code and it will give you some data on the predicted delay times of your region in the country, which is very interesting to me, why they are doing that. So let's kind of dive into the article a little bit. I'm going to hit some of the highlights that may be of interest. So it says Las Vegas, Seattle, San Diego, Orlando, and countless communities in between will see mail service slow by as much as a day under the U.S. Postal Service's strategic restructuring plan. So that's what they're calling this. They're calling it a strategic restructuring plan, which basically the translation of that is you're going to be paying more money for less service. So that's the translation. So let's break it down a little bit further. It talks about that this plan is going to disproportionately affect states west of the Rocky Mountains and the country's mainland extremities, including large swaths of southern Texas and Florida. So, like I said before, this is going to be geographically based, the delays in the mail service. So you can put in your zip code and find out what the delay is going to be. So it goes on to say, the new plan eliminates most air service and adds 4 and 5 day standards, increasing the time it takes the average letter to get delivered to some parts of the country by a day. So basically what's happening is the USPS, they are getting away from air travel of delivering their packages, because they think that is obviously more expensive. So it's going to be a cost-cutting measure, but they also think that it is more reliable and safer to deliver the mail on trucks on the ground throughout the country. So this is their strategy for first-class mail. They're going to eliminate shipping that mail on an airplane as a cost-cutting measure, which, of course, they will not pass that savings on to you. They will be charging you more. So you got to get ready for this. So let's see. So then it goes on, the article goes on to say, this is the article in the Washington Post that I will link down below. You guys can read it along with me if you'd like. Now it goes on to say, Postmaster General DeJoy contends the plan will cut costs, revitalize the agency's network, and create more consistency in transportation schedules. Though the Postal Service has significantly outpaced its own financial expectations so far this year, well, that's actually, I was surprised to read that, it faces a projected $160 billion deficit over the next decade. It estimates that the transportation changes will save as much as $10 billion over that span. So basically, you see here, these are all cost-cutting measures, right? They're trying to figure out how to cut costs and charge you more for less service is basically what's happening here. So moving on in the article, some more very interesting notes. It talks about the consumer advocates are saying that this new plan will harm customers, drive away mail users, and further erode the 246-year-old agency's credibility, which has taken a hit after a year of pronounced delivery decline. So what they're talking about is the pandemic year of 2020. The USPS it was just a perfect storm of calamity for the USPS in 2020. The pandemic, the election year, a lot of staff members being out with COVID. They were short-staffed. They were guys working crazy overtime hours trying to deliver the mail. People weren't getting mail for 2 and 3 days at a time. It was just a complete epic disaster for the USPS. Their on-time service rates plummeted to, I think at one point it was like 38% was their on-time performance rate, which is really bad. Now it's since gone back up, so I will give them credit for that. So it was just a disastrous year for the USPS in 2020. So that's what that is referencing there. So moving on, it says the Postal Service plans to raise prices. That's what I was trying to tell you. They are going to raise prices on certain mail products, pushing the price of a first-class stamp from 55 to 58 cents while reducing service standards. So like I said, they're going to raise prices, cut service, and delay the mail. So that doesn't really sound like a very good opportunity for the consumers. And if you have any type of business that relies on shipping, this is the time where you need to start figuring out, what can I do to plan for this, or what other services, delivery services, can I explore that might be a better option for my customers to deliver their packages. So one other thing, as you can see behind me, I have my collection of flat rate boxes. That's another thing. So the USPS has their flat rate boxes, and they have different sizes of the boxes: small, medium, large, different dimensions. Now all those range. Right now, when I checked the prices right before I shot this video, the prices ranged from $7.90 to $21.90, which to me, that's pretty expensive. Some people think that's a good deal because there's no weight limit, so you can stuff as much weight in some of those large boxes and still pay the same flat rate. It might be a better deal based on if you shipped it per the weight. But I'm assuming these prices are going to go up by the time you watch this video, or maybe later in the year of 2020, whenever they are trying to implement this plan. So basically, I just wanted to let you guys know to plan for delays, plan for increased shipping rates, and just plan for more poor service from the USPS, because that's what they're putting out there, and they're calling it as their strategic restructuring plan. So unfortunately, a lot of this is political. I don't really get into the political stuff. I know you guys can, comment below if you'd like to share your political thoughts on the USPS, but a lot of these decisions are politically based, and unfortunately, the consumer is the one that's ultimately going to suffer. And that's really the sad part of all of this, is someone's trying to make a political point and use the USPS as a pawn, and then, people don't get their medicine on time, or don't get their, paycheck on time, or don't get their, whatever vital thing that they need in the mail, they're not getting it on time. And that's really where things start becoming very disheartening, I guess. So who knows when you're going to get your delivery moving forward after this plan takes place. So again, check out the article below. Hope you can start planning and preparing for your business to potentially have delayed shipping and increase in delivery costs. So just wanted to put this out there and let you guys know, to alert you of this and to prepare. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. If you'd like to check out more of my endeavors, check out my website, yourmarginmatters.com, or you can check out my book, Margin Matters, which I'll link that in the description below as well. That's all my thoughts on personal finance, all my endeavors that I've been involved in. is all chronicled in that book. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. If you want to support me further, you can subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. We do money talks on here all the time. And just remember my favorite saying, it's not the amount of money you make, but the margin that matters the most. See you next time.